Hi, this is Chaz Wagner, and you're listening to Native Americana Audio Cafe with Keith Secola.
Hello, Chaz.
Hi, Keith.
There you are. Are you having a good day up there in that lake?
Yeah, I think as long as you're vertical and you're breathing, I think it's always a good day. All right, bonjour. Hello, I'm Chaz Wagner from Net Lake, Minnesota, and I started the band War Bonnet, and we're a band from the reservation here in Net Lake, and I'm a proud Boys Fort tribe member.
Chaz, you're recently out in New York. I remember seeing you at the NAMIs.
And man, that was just an amazing experience. I've never been there. Or I've been to New York in the past, but I've never been to Buffalo and that area. And the award ceremony was just amazing. I had so many amazing experiences. I don't think I have time to list them all, but my band War Bonnet, we were up for 2 awards: Best Rock Recording for our debut album, The Ghost Dance, our first album, and the Group of the Year award. We didn't receive an award, but it was just an honor just to be nominated and to go there and get the experience of the NAMIs. While I was there, I got to play the grand finale show with Wes Studi and Keith Secola and Mickey James. So I was up on stage with all them famous people, and man, that was quite the experience. Hi, this is Chaz Wagner from War Bonnet, and this is Muckwa, the Spirit of the Bear, on Native Americana Audio Cafe.
Can you describe your music and the genre, what we're calling Native Americana?
Yeah, it's definitely has ties to native culture, native influence, native language, and I really wanted to start this band. I had this dream of starting this band probably about 10 years ago, and it's always been in the back of my mind. Powwow music with modern day instruments and creating a Native American rock sound, being influenced by groups like Brule and, of Keith Secola, of course. But I wanted to take it further. That's how this band War Bonnet happened, through that vision of all those things coming up. And I was thinking, well, who's going to carry the torch? Being a musician and playing music my whole life, I just started writing, and I asked my buddy Tony Parson if he wanted to join. And then it just started snowballing. We started getting other musicians. And
The genre is just starting to unfold, and we're seeing it, like in our lifetimes, the inclusion and the exclusion of things. We talked a little bit about it, like you want to try to avoid stereotypes and things like that in your music. Tell me a little bit more what you're talking about.
We wanted to create something that's accepted by everything. We're all Native American. Everything we do, we keep that in mind, and we always, we don't want to change our sound at all. And that's just represents my life here. Coming from a reservation, that's a part of my life. And so, when we created this, we didn't want to have any cliches. We didn't want to follow the latest fads, the latest trends. We didn't want to have that in our music. We don't want to have that visually. We want to be acceptable to everybody. We want to bridge the gap. We want to network these communities and network. And it doesn't matter what your race is, where you come from. We want to empower people no matter what ethnic background you come from, what gender you want to be, or it's freedom. It's total freedom. And I think that really defines what being Native American is.
Thanks for the definition, because I think that we're defining it, Chaz. Like it's the artists that are defining our genre. People like yourself, people like that were part of this Native Music Fest.
The KBFT Music Festival.
Yeah.
Well, we work with a grant through the state of Minnesota, and we get grants from them to put on arts and cultural events here in the community and the outside communities. And we've been doing this now for about 6 years, I want to say, that we've been getting funding. And it's just a great program that's sponsored by the Minnesota Arts and Cultural Heritage Fund and KBFT Radio here in Nett Lake. And we try to find other sponsorships locally, and just to get together and just have a festival and a celebration kind of thing, and to bring in artists and musicians that normally wouldn't get exposed really by any other means. So have really created a great platform for up and coming musicians here, and artists and authors here in Minnesota and outside of Minnesota even.
It's pretty renowned, like amongst the musicians, and you've had artists come across America, but people, they really know the program, and we're really grateful for that. And also, this is kind of an extension of it. It's kind of like going into the living rooms and places and to some of the artists, and allowing them to talk to us and tell us how you're coping with it. How do you stay up on it? We talked about this. It's easy to slip into darkness, but we got to come out of it. We got to shine the light for the people.
Yeah, I mean, this is really dark times for the entertainment industry and people that are surviving being entertainers. This is really a dark time for them, because all their shows, everything that they scheduled throughout throughout the year has had to have been canceled, you know, and we're War Bonnet is really facing that situation right now, as we're supposed to release an album, and we're postponing the album now. All of our shows got canceled, so it's really hitting us hard. And I know we're not the only ones. There's a lot of musicians and entertainers that are feeling the same way. And not only the entertainers, but the people that enjoy to go out and to watch music, to watch live events, they're hurting as well, you know. So we're all in this together. And
how are we going to keep people up? What kind of message can we tell them? Walk in the woods, be kind to people, play your guitar, etc.
well, yeah, this is a really great opportunity now, to sit at home with your loved ones and really get to enjoy and to spend time with them, you know, with your family and your kids, and you know, and to social distance yourself and to go out in the woods and take walks and get some fresh air with your family, you know, but always do it in a safe way, you know. Make sure you're social distancing yourself. Make sure you're wearing your masks and your gloves and you're washing your hands, so you don't pass on anything to anybody potentially that that may harm them or may harm you. But you know, to uplift people, like, this is just a really good time to, if you're a musician, just to sit back and to write material and to practice, you know, practice your instruments every day, write music. I mean, right now we're writing like crazy. Like, our album is near done, and we're working on some new stuff, so we're going to have something extra for the people coming up here after our album is released.
How do
So
we get a hold of it? How do we get a hold of your music?
we're on Facebook. We have Instagram, YouTube. Just by simply searching for War Bonnet, we'll come up. And we have a website. You can access that at www.warbonnetofficial.com. We're also on Spotify, and just Google us, and all of our information will come up. War Bonnet Band.
All right, that was great, man. Thanks. You know, like we got to talk about the program, a little bit of promotion and things, and I really appreciate your time.
Okay. All right.
All
Thank
right.
you for having me on.
All right, Miigwech.
Yep.
And appreciate everything you do up there.
Oh, thank you.
All right.
Likewise.
All right.
Phones are amazing. I mean, they, you know,
Incredible, hey?
yeah, they do a lot. My complaint, yeah, it's hard to keep up on, especially cash wise too. You know,
I know.
it's nutty. It's a lot of money.
Like a refrigerator. You're
Yeah,
around,
yeah, yeah. It's like
like
buying
a
a fridge, buying a refrigerator every year. You're right.
I know it is.